Hey guys, we're going to start in this first C++ video by install our compiler. So for that, you're going to access it using this link. I'm going to provide it in the description. And once you come on this page, you're just going to choose the OS version of your system. And for mine, for me, it's Windows 64. So you're going to use the zip archive, click and download it. Okay, so once you download it, we're going to install it on our laptop or on our computer. Okay, normally you will receive it as a package like that, and you're going to have to extract it first. So I've chose the C plus. I've chose the C the local disk C as its location in the on my computer, and this is my folder. So once I'm going to be here, I'm going to click on bin and make sure to copy the path of this directory. You can use the command control plus C, or you can just make a right click and copy it. And we're going to come back on edit environment. So when you're going to click on edit environment on your Windows search bar, this page of system property going to open. You're going to click on environment variable, and you're going to click on path edit. And after that, you should add uh, that path that you have created. Uh, After clicking on new, going to paste it and click on OK. So once you do that, we're gonna save everything. Okay, so I'm just showing up to make sure that you have everything. So let's press OK right now. And after that, we're going to go on command prompt and run as administrator. So we're going to execute the command g++-version, and we're going to have the confirmation that our compiler has been installed 100%. Our installation success was successful. So everything has been proceeded perfectly. So after that, we're going to see how we can install our Codelite application right now, or our IDE Codelite, okay? Because it's the IDE that we're going to use during all this series on C++, okay? So let's move forward. Codelite installation. For that, we're going to come on our browser and type Codelite download, or codelite.org, sorry. And this page going to open. Codelite is a open source software, and yeah, you can you can give some you can give some tips to give some strength to people that are working on it. Uh, you don't have to, but you can do it. But I'm just going to click on no now, continue to download page after this step, and I'm using a Windows 64 install. I'm using a Windows 64 on my computer, so I'm just going to make sure that I am on the last version and the one that is stable. So when I'm doing this video on January 2025, is the version 18.1.0. So I'm going to download it and install it on my computer quickly as well. One as administrator. But before that, you can go on property and unblock it just to make sure that you're not found. You have it work 100% without any issue. So I accept the agreement. Next, after that, program file and file. Select start menu folder. Yeah, where you should set up place the program shortcut. Click next. If you would like to select a different folder, click browse. It's good. Next, create a desktop shortcut. Create a quick launch shortcut. Yes, next. Setup is now ready to begin installing. Next. So the installation process is going pretty fast. So it should be finished in a couple seconds. Finish. There you go. So you can see we have our first launch process on the way by Aaron Ifre since 2007. There is also option with Visual Studio Code, but I prefer this option with Codelite, so that's why I want to teach you with that one. So we're going to proceed now with a couple configuration. Okay. So right now, note this time if your Codelite is already configured. Next, I'm just going to say next. C and C++ development, yes, next. Setup compiler, let Codelite configure your install compiler or have you installed one. Scan. Okay, could not locate, but it's fine. We're going to continue, close that page and continue. I'm going to show you how to add our compiler that we have installed in um, a couple minutes ago. So white space indentation, I'm going to say here indent using spaces, and white space visibility, visible always, yes. Okay. So uh, we have our first page now. I have a lot of pages open, that's why it's taking a while, but I'm going to fix it. So this is our main interface, our home interface on Codelite. So we're going to proceed. We're going to proceed with a couple configuration. Start on settings. I would like to add. Uh, I would like to work on my build setting and add my compiler first. Okay. So I'm going to click on the plus button on compiler over there on the left side, and I'm going to move on my C path and take my compiler folder my bin directory. Okay, so I'm gonna click on that bin directory and select it. So set a name to the compiler. I'm going to rename a compiler on my Codelite application or on my Codelite IDE just to make it easier. Okay, so um, I'm going to rename that default name. So let's do that. Let's call it min GY GWY W. Sorry. So you can see we have our C++ compiler, our C compiler, assembler name, resource compiler, the make DVD. You have all these parameters. That looks pretty good. So I will say okay for for this page right now, and we're gonna move forward with our next configuration. I can I would like to create my workspace right now. I can do it on new on the right side on move for workspace over there on the left side and or file as well and click on new workspace. So I'm gonna click on it and we're gonna have to choose over there file system C++. We're gonna keep C++ and we're gonna provide our path and we're gonna also provide our workspace name. Okay, so let's do that. I'm thinking a little bit about what should be the best path, but definitely I'm going to keep it on my user directory and I'm just going to create on that user directory a new folder. Okay, my user directory is yarn ku, so you can click on the three dot point and I'm going to create a new folder that I'm going to call workspace or workspaces. So seems like I didn't choose it. I'm gonna get back on that folder and on that directory and click on that workspaces folder or workspaces directory. I can call this workspace one and I'm just gonna say okay. Create the workspace under a separate directory. Okay. So we have our workspace one now and we're gonna be able to create all our projects in this workspace. So we're gonna start by creating our project one. Okay. I can use the file and click on new project. This is an option. I can also make a right click on workspace one directly, click on new and click on new project. And this page going to open. On this page, I'm going to provide the name of my project one. I'm going to call it project one. create the project in its own folder. I'm going to keep it like that. Category, console, type, simple executable G++. The compiler is the one that we have added. Min, GY, the GW. The debugger gonna be the GNU, GDB debugger, and the build system gonna be Codelite Makefile generator. You can hit the OK button, and we're gonna have our project one that is showing up, and you can see that we have our main.cpp file that is created automatically in our source folder. So I'm going to double click on it, and you can see the content. We have a default content with the main function inside. Uh, so we're going to clear it up. But before that, I'm going to make some parameter once again in order to be able to execute our hello world code. So I'm going to click right now on color and font first in order to increase a little bit my font. So I'm going to click on choose font and increase it a little bit. So I just want to show you if you want to change your font or the height of your font, that's where you can come and proceed with some changes. Okay, so it's looking better. I want you to be able to see everything, even if you are using your phone. You can see that when I have cleaned it up, it's showing red on the top over there on the file name. This is something really helpful that you're going to take attention on during all this tutorial, because when it's red, that means that you need to save. Okay, so you can click on file and click on save, or you can just do the control S command, and you should be able to save your work when you are working. So let's write quickly our first hello world code. So we're gonna include our output string, IO stream. We have to include this to in order to be able to proceed with some input and output in our code without any issue with C++. We're gonna use namespace standard as well, and you can see that we end it by a semicolon. Okay, we always end a full line with a semicolon. Okay, you can see we have our main function that is going to proceed with a cout hello world and end line return 0. So I'm going to try to finalize a couple parameter first. Okay. When I'm clicking over there, you can see that this page is opening, and the working directory, make sure that is project path with a dollar sign in front with parent, exactly like you can see now. Sometimes it's different. Most of the time it should be different. You have to change it and write it exactly like that. And we're going to go on our compiler, and you're going to make sure to write the compiler, to choose the compiler that I'm going to choose here. So enable C++ 17 features, std C++. Okay, so make sure to choose that one. If you don't proceed exactly like that, you could have some issue. Okay, so right now I'm going to go on build and rebuild project. It's some kind to, I'm asking to compile my project on some way. So you can see that my compiling process build completed successfully, zero errors and zero warning. And you can read the description on what happened. So I've transformed my human language code to a machine language code by compile it. And now I should be able to run it and execute it by C++ using Codelite. I can, you can see like me that my font looks a little bit bigger. So that's why I'm trying to bring it down a little bit. I'm going to put it at 16 finally. Yeah, I think that is still good for you. Apply and okay. So we are good. So since our compiling process went successfully without any issues, we're going to be able to execute our code right now. And for that, we're going to click on build on the top over there and click on run and click on execute. Hello world. Perfect. Program executed with exit code 0. Exactly what we have asked. So we're done with this first episode. Subscribe and make sure to like if you learned something, and see you on the next video.